This video has been brought to you by Square Enix.
Hit me with your best shot. I've got you in my sights.
Yo, what's going on guys, it's Cynical and today I'm going to be giving you guys my first impressions on Mobius Final Fantasy. So Mobius Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy's mobile adaptation. In a way I suppose you could compare it to Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, being that Unchained Key is the mobile adaptation for the Kingdom Hearts universe. Now, I've been able to play the game for a little while now thanks to Square Enix, and I have to say I've really enjoyed my experience thus far. Now, I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy fan in the world, having only played a handful of the games. Usually what turns me off about Final Fantasy is its gameplay. For me personally, turn-based gameplay isn't exactly my forte. Because of my picky preference, I was really interested to see how the combat for Mobius would work, and I was pleased to find out that it almost uses like an action-orientated turn-based combat system. As a matter of fact, while playing Mobius Final Fantasy, I had reminiscent feelings of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key between the combat systems of both games, and for someone who really enjoys Unchained Key, this is a great thing for Mobius Final Fantasy. The gameplay of Mobius Final Fantasy works with simple taps on the screen to attack your target. Down the bottom displays your moves, which as you guys can see displays 3, meaning that I can attack 3 times. As I attack enemies, I generate element orbs which are used to activate cards on the right side of the screen. So for instance, if I generate enough fire orbs, I'll be able to activate a fire-based card, which will then activate a special ability. The enemies in which you face are also elemental based as well, meaning that certain elements are stronger against others. For example, if I use a water-based special attack against a fire-based enemy, I'm going to do critical damage. If you've played Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, you'll already notice similarities between the combat system of Unchained Key and Mobius Final Fantasy, with cards acting almost like medals and having a similar turn-based system. Because of this, I was able to find myself pretty much right at home with the combat system of Mobius, and found myself really enjoying the experience. Now, as you guys have probably noticed by now, the visuals for Mobius actually look pretty impressive considering that this is a mobile phone game. The gameplay and cutscenes all have pretty crisp visuals, which complements the Final Fantasy style. Although the game visuals don't look like, say, Final Fantasy 15, they are definitely on par with older console graphics, which means this game is nice to look at. Mobius also introduces a brand new Final Fantasy storyline. Although I haven't had too much time to invest in the story itself, it's based around you as the player wanting to defeat a villain known as Chaos, who causes total anarchy and, well, chaos throughout the lands. As you progress through the game, you gradually meet more characters who aid you on your quest and unravel further problems that you are to face. The story is divided into chapters, and in each chapter you'll find yourself traveling around the world to complete more tasks and missions. The game's progression works from advancing from mission to mission located on your world map, as you can see down the bottom. Each mission explains the type of threat you're up against so that you can prepare your character accordingly. Mobius uses the traditional Final Fantasy job system, which is great for old-time Final Fantasy fans. Each job has preferred elements to use, meaning that certain cards will prove more useful with certain jobs. At first, you'll have access to the Onion Knight, Neophyte Ranger, and Apprentice Mage jobs, but you'll be able to unlock more jobs from the shop using summon tickets, which can be found in chests or purchased using Magicite. Going back to the story side of things, for Final Fantasy fans who enjoyed the stories of both Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy X, you'll be happy to know that the story writer for both of those games has written the story for Mobius Final Fantasy. You can actually spend a lot of time in this game collecting cards and powering them up using card fusion. By combining the same card and using fusion cards, you can make your cards more powerful. Each card has its own element and special attack, and some are more rarer than others. Cards can be found by completing missions, they can be found in chests, or by purchasing them with summon tickets or ability tickets. Both your job as well as your cards can all be powered up by simply defeating enemies and completing missions. The music of Mobius is very Final Fantasy-esque. You'll definitely feel right at home if you enjoy the numerous Final Fantasy tracks. The composer who did all of the Final Fantasy XIII 2, as well as the Final Fantasy XIII Lightning Returns music, also created all of the Final Fantasy Mobius tracks. However, for the meantime, that is all of the information and current thoughts I have on Mobius Final Fantasy. I'm still currently playing through the game, but I have to say, from someone who hasn't been totally involved with Final Fantasy all that much, I'm really enjoying Mobius so far. I'd also like to mention that all of my words in this video are my own, and same goes for my opinions. Mobius is set to launch for free on both iOS and Android early August. However though, hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.